Hi everyone, this is Anthony. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another episode of Thrift Flip Terrariums. In this series where we're turning secondhand glassware into stunning budget-friendly terrariums. And what I've got for you today is a regular lantern, candle lantern, and I'm going to make it a proper one. What you see right now, you can already see I've installed an LED full spectrum plant life in the top dome. So the light is hidden from the inside, and you'll see just in a few minutes it makes a beautiful glow. Now to get this to be a terrarium, I did have to spend a lot of time siliconing all the edges, and I should have worn proper gloves. You can see I've already got band-aids on. This thing was just a little blood drawer out of me. It really, every edge was sharp. So fair warning, if you guys find one of these, just make sure you take the extra precaution of wearing some proper gloves when you're working with it, because it is literally, I cut myself I think 6 times in the building of just this thing here. And I spent most of my time on cleaning it beforehand, and then taping it off, and then putting the silicone in, and then a lot of time cleaning the silicone off of it. Now we're getting to the point where I have picked out a gorgeous piece of flagstone that I want to have centered on the background. So this is going to be my focal point for the build. And now you can see the light on. And this light has 5 lighting levels, so it looks absolutely gorgeous. The backdrop of being the slate, I wanted a focal point. I just didn't want a blank wall on the back side of it. Here I've already got the gravel in. I've put the liner in, and now I'm going to do the soil. What I'm going to do a little bit differently is I'm really going to arch this up. Now, kind of from right now, it kind of looks like a tombstone. I did not intend that, but from the side, it kind of looks like a tombstone. Anyway, I'm trying to get dirt to go all the way around this piece of slate, and you're going to see why in just a couple of minutes. Okay, there's my Rex Begonia. That's the plant that was the one that I originally wanted. This is a dark mystery, I believe, which to me looks like little palm trees. And this is an arrowhead. So I've picked 3 different, very, very different varieties. Now, here's the part why I needed the dirt. So one of the moths, and this came from Raleigh, Durham, is going around the top. So I want this to look aged. I want this to look lived in. And I don't necessarily want you to think that it's just a rock sitting up there. I want it to look like it is in with the scene completely. Now, so I started with my tallest plant, the mystery, and then the arrowhead's going to go to its companion on the other side. That one, I don't even know how tall it gets. I know that the dark mystery, can get a little bit taller. Fortunately, that's an easy fix. You just clip it off and it just sprouts right back up again. Sorry about the camera angle. I should have had it lowered a little bit more. What I'm doing is I'm pre-filling in some moss. I have 3 different types of moss that I'm using for today's build. So I'm just putting some moss in the background. There, I'm sneaking in the red and also the pink nerve plant in the very, very foreground. And you'll see that just in a little bit. The begonia is one of my favorites, though, the Rex Begonia. Oh my gosh, the beautiful color. And that's why I thought the slate would be an amazing backdrop to the colors that I'm putting in there, especially the dark mystery and then the begonia. So I'm throwing in some acorns and some little twigs that are this really, really, really dark chocolate. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And then to get that ready for when I put the springtails and the isotopes in there so that they'll have like an environment. And yes, I had to put a barrier on the inside I think I did a 4-inch height piece of glass that I cut. And this is the second time I've cut glass. I did a better job. I still didn't get it perfect, but I did a better job than the first time I did it. But the barrier is in there. I like the height that it is because it's perfect for what I need. And that way the door still opens and closes as it needs to, which is, you know, vital. Oh, the stick. I've been hanging on to that for weeks. I love the fungus that's on it, and I thought it would look really, really, really pretty with the rock itself. So I was able to incorporate a piece of wood. Sometimes I don't have room by the time I'm finished because I overload it with plants, but this time I'm trying to draw back on whatever I put in there. So I'm spraying everything down, and then I'll wipe it down so you guys can get the final shot. Um, I'm definitely going to keep this one because I absolutely love how this turned out. And I knew when I found it in the, of course, this series is about everything I find in a thrift store. I knew when I saw it in the thrift store that it would make a great, because it's got the height I need for some of my plants that are taller, because I've had incredible success with my plants growing in my tub. So the plants I'm growing or I'm getting free, and the landscaping and the wood all and the rocks, I pick all those up on my nature walks. So we're in for very little. The light was $9 and the container was 3. So we're about $15 in on this one, and that's just incredible. I'm loving the detail. I think this really brings it to life, and I'm so excited about this one. I can't wait to get the little critters in there. I just think it turned out absolutely gorgeous, and I hope you guys can see it on camera that it really does. Even the state it's in right now, brand new, it looks really, really cool. So one of the things I'm loving about this series is challenging yourself by going into a thrift store or wherever and finding something. My budget is $3, and finding something that you can bring back and somehow turn it into a terrarium container. So that's one of the things I love, because the part of this that it's appealing to me is the upcycling, and also using locally forged materials, decorations, wood, the moss, and all that stuff. And then we're making this very, very budget friendly. So this is, if you want to enter into the hobby and you're a beginner, this is a great way to get into something with very, very little money. And that is one of the things I love about this type of a series, and being able to challenge myself. Now, I originally purchased 5 items to do the first 5 builds off of, and I want to see how well the videos are received. So if you do like this and you want to see more content like this, drop me a comment, give me a subscribe, give me a like, give me some feedback on what you think about this particular build. I know it's not converting anything that we couldn't use as a terrarium, but when I saw this, I didn't have, I mean, I thought, oh my gosh, that is a no-brainer to turn a candle holder into a legit lantern by putting an LED light on the inside. See, with that close-up of that Rex, the undercarriage of the leaf, oh my god, that is just so special that it has that kind of coloring in it. And there you can see some of the acorns. And this stuff I'm just picking up whenever I'm out. I keep like a bag in the car when I'm out for a nature walk. I'll just pick stuff up and keep it. And of course, anytime I bring anything in that's from nature, if it's a rock or a branch or something like that, it gets boiled, so it gets disinfected. So I don't have to worry about anything like that. And I usually store everything in Ziploc bags until I'm ready to use it. Okay, so here we've got the only light that's on right now is actually the light in the terrarium itself. So that's its brightest setting, and I love it. I think it puts off a really pretty glow, and I think the lighting complements the plant choices that are in there as well. So I hope you liked it. Hang out for our next video. You guys have a great afternoon.